you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess if you're new here, and today I thought we would have a day vlog. I'm actually starting this a little bit later than I normally like to. Normally when I start vlogs with you guys, I like to start in the morning, but again, we have a late start. It's about noon right now. I'm just making some pasta, so you might actually hear the burner, but I am making a quick lunch because today I have a meeting during my lunch. Like, it's just an internal meeting, so it's nothing crazy, but I do have that during my lunch break, and I want to make sure that I have a chance to actually eat. So I'm making a quick little pasta. I've already gotten through all of my external meetings for the day, which is a really nice feeling. So today we primarily are just going to do some busy work at work, and then I really want to get through some reading, which I'm also very excited about. I thought that it would be fun to just like take you along for just a day and see what we get up to. Something else that I'm considering today is I need to run to the grocery store. Normally I get my groceries delivered, but I think today I'm going to do a Target run for my groceries. Super weird, I know, but one, they have some discounts happening this week, which is kind of nice. I can still do pickup, so I'm probably gonna order online. It doesn't have everything that I like, but it has a lot of the things that I want, but mostly because, actually now that I'm saying this out loud, I can't do pickup. But what I was gonna say is I made a few returns over the holidays, and I have these like merchandise cards, which basically like you can buy things in store, but you can't buy them online. And so I thought that I would just like use those to buy groceries because I had returned those gifts. So that's the plan today. We're gonna start again with some lunch, and then I wanna get to some reading. I'm reading 2 books right now. We Used to Live Here by Marcus, can't remember his last name. It starts with a K, I know that much. And then The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. Both of them have been so good. I'm in love with them both. We Used to Live Here is kind of spooky, so I've been trying to read that one during the day and then reading Kristen Hanna at night and then like in the early mornings because that one's not as scary. But I'm finally at like a really fun part, not fun, but like interesting part in The Great Alone. So like now that I have a lot of the setup, I'm excited to read some more. So I think I might tackle that one this morning or today during lunch break. Quick pasta intermission, and maybe we'll read outside as well. That's the plan so far. Nothing too crazy happening around here today, but I am excited to just like have the beautiful weather. It's about to get rainy again here in LA, so I've been trying to live it up as much as possible. Might even go outside to take that meeting and like to read because I really want to enjoy the sun. Like I was saying, it feels like it's spring outside, which is such a nice feeling. So yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy it as much as possible. Today is one of those days where like I feel like it's 9 a.m. and it's 1 p.m. and it's so crazy. I actually have, well, it's 12:55. I have 5 minutes before I have to go into that meeting that I mentioned. So I'm gonna get some water. I'm like halfway done with my pasta, but I made way too, this is a new thing that I've been doing to myself, but I've been making way too much pasta, or just like in general, I've been making way too much food, and then I like feel like I have to eat the whole thing, which like, I don't know why I feel like I have to eat the whole thing. Like I can just save it for later. I think I actually might do that, like put it off to the side because I don't want, I don't remember if I was, it was a couple of days ago, maybe it was earlier this week. I don't think I was vlogging at the time, but I made some like a orange chicken something or other, like one of those like skillet meals that you can buy online, or buy online. What is happening in my brain? This has been me all week. I bought one of those skillet meals that you can buy from the grocery store, like the orange chicken thing, and I ended up like not eating all day. So then by the time I made my food, I was starving, and then I ate the whole thing and I was so full that I like actually couldn't even move. It was so bad. It was terrible. So anyway, I'm not gonna do that to myself. I have about half of my food left. So I'm gonna pause and put this in the kitchen. I'm actually gonna like put it away so that I don't snack on it. And then we're gonna get into this meeting. And then I also have another call, which is like a body double call. That is basically where, I don't remember if I've said this on this channel before, but we do this at work a lot. Basically what we'll do is we'll just like get on with another teammate or a couple of teammates. In this case, it's gonna be with my entire team, like my personal team. And you just go mic off and work. So anyway, I should actually go put this away so that I can join my meeting. I'll be back and I'll check in with you guys when I'm done with the 2 back-to-back meetings. and then it'll be like 3 p.m. Maybe I'll take like I haven't really taken a lunch break aside from like making this, which probably took 10 minutes. So I'll probably take a formal lunch break after that.
As long as you play Pink Pony Club, I'm in. I was wearing a pink sort of shacket grocery shopping last weekend, and at the deli counter, the gentleman said, like, I like your shacket. And I was standing with my girls, and I go, thanks, I'm part of the Pink Pony Club.
That was actually such a good call. It sounds so silly, but like, I don't know if you guys ever feel this way at work, but there's sometimes where you have an internal call scheduled and you're like, ugh, whatever, like I get it. Everyone else is doing fantastic and you know, whatever. Maybe this is very specific to sales, which is what my job is in. But then there's other times where something about what was said in the meeting just like speaks to you and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Like that's actually a genius idea, or I love this idea, or this directly translates to what I've been trying to do. And I don't know, something about it just like goes and clicks. And that was the kind of meeting, like to the point where I was actually like so excited and just immediately went to one of my VPs and was like, okay, here's my game plan. Like this is what I'm gonna do. And she's like talking with me about it a little bit more too, which is a really nice feeling. So I'm super excited. And yeah, that just like totally reinvigorated my whole mood today, which is such a nice feeling. So I'm gonna go into this next 2 p.m. call. It's 1:45 right now, so I'm just gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna probably let P outside because our gardeners are coming today and he can't go outside for like an hour basically. Not that he's gonna die if he doesn't go outside, but like I like to let him out when I can, and then go into this last meeting, and then that's it for the day, which is really nice. And then I'll start getting all these other little things situated. Like whenever I say that that's it for the day, I mean that's it for my direct obligations, like things that I have to be in meetings for, things that I have to be present for in comparison to like emails I have to send out, or like other things that I have to do for work, which like I'm still online, but it's just like it doesn't feel as like, oh, I'm doing all of these things. Does that even make sense? Hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. Let's go outside for a sec and then we will go into our last meeting. Okie doke, I am officially out of my last meeting and I just have one note to send. I've changed my hairstyle like 4 different times in this video, but I want to take a second to like get away from my computer, and I'm gonna just mark myself as do not disturb. I feel like once a day I really should get in a better habit of just like actually stepping away from my computer, because I don't do that often and I really should. I feel like it's a much better thing for me to like just actually step away instead of like sometimes I'll eat at my desk, or I will, I don't know, just like do other things at my desk. And I need to get away from the computer. I need to get away from a screen, and I just kind of want to relax for a second. So I think the gardeners, I can't really tell, but I think they already came. It's really hard to tell because I'm not sure if you can really tell, but our backyard has fake grass. So when it looks that clean, I feel like the gardeners came, but I like, again, don't know for certain because we don't have real grass. So I can't tell if they cut anything or trimmed anything or really did anything. Our landlord pays for our gardener, and to be honest, like I'm grateful that we have them because again, it's really nice that they just like pick up everything, but I have no idea how much it costs or like the situation with the gardener, and it's probably the easiest job that they have all day because it's truly like picking up a few leaves off of the fake grass that they can just like leaf blow. So anyway, I'm gonna start reading The Great Alone. I wanted to read some more of We're Not, what's the book called? Not We're Not, what is it? We Used to Live Here. Wow, I want to pick some more of that up, but I'm just like, I'm really feeling these vibes right now, which is like, again, the benefit of reading 2 different books is that I can just like go based off of how I'm feeling. So I'm gonna heat up the pasta that I made so that I can just like eat while I read. And right now I'm on page 97, so I'm almost 100 pages in. I'm really loving it, and I'm liking where we're going. So I'm also gonna set myself a timer for an hour so that I can come back to work at the right time and just enjoy a little bit of a lunch break. Okay, I'm currently reading The Great Alone. I'm only a couple more pages in. I'm on page 103, but we're officially in the part of the book where they're experiencing their very first winter. And it's so crazy to read about because one thing that I love about Kristen Hanna in general is the way that she writes her books are so well researched that I feel like I learn something whenever I read one of her books, which is really cool because everything that I've been curious about when I've read it from her books, I've then like looked into, and again, like the historical accuracy is very much there. She does her research. And listening to the experience of having your very first winter in Alaska specifically sounds so rough, and reading about it is so interesting because I don't think about it often, but my grandparents met in Anchorage, Alaska. Very different type of Alaska than what we're currently reading about, but you know, it's still Alaska. And one of my friends actually grew up in Alaska, and it's so funny because she used to always just know that Alaska was weird, or that like her childhood was weird. And same kind of idea with my grandparents, like they used to always comment on how weird it was to live in Alaska. And I don't think that I can fully understand, like even living the furthest north I've ever lived was in Seattle, and those winters were still pretty dark and cold, but nothing like Alaska. And I can't imagine not seeing daylight at all, like 0% for an entire month. My friend who grew up in Alaska used to always just like, she would do something weird and then she would just be like, oh sorry, it's because I'm from Alaska. And it's interesting because one of the characters in this book also does that, where he justifies something by saying that it's just Alaska things. It was interesting to me because he's never lived anywhere but Alaska, so it makes me wonder if people actually in Alaska know that things are just because of Alaska, or if it's, I don't know, if they don't realize, like similar to how like I don't realize that certain things are not normal outside of California, or like the first time I left California, the first time I moved out of California, I didn't know what things I had regionally that were just not a thing anywhere else. Yeah, so it's just fascinating, and this is part of the reason why I love, again, reading Kristen Hanna, because I feel like I'm like in someone's real world and like learning a lot about this situation and like how these people live and how this harsh winter is taking control of them and the whole thing. Like it's just a lot, and it's very fascinating, and I'm really enjoying it. Clearly just lots of thoughts about Alaska, I guess. I also said Alaska like 20 times just now. I wish that I could have like, you know, like those YouTube videos where like people have like a live counter or something. Too much for me, but I'm curious how many times I actually said Alaska. So long story short, learning a lot about Alaska, and I'm going to continue to learn about Alaska. Let's keep reading. It is officially 5:01. I don't think you can even see that, but it's 5:01. So I'm gonna go take Pete on his walk. I think once we're done, I'm going to head off to Target just to like get it over and done with. Something that I've been doing lately is I have been using my treadmill at night and just like watching TV while I do a little workout. So I think after Target we'll do that, but I want to do Target first so that I could just like get it out of the way. I have to obviously get groceries, and then I also need to get some new body soap for like the shower. So those are the two things that I want to like focus in on. I don't really know what kind of groceries I'm gonna get. I think I'm just gonna kind of vibe it out, like go aisle by aisle and just like see what I see. I don't know, where that's currently like, I don't have any like plans in mind in terms of what I want. I think sometimes I get kind of overwhelmed when I have no groceries because I don't even know the things that I like anymore. So I think I have to just go sometimes, or like same thing with like on the app when I order ahead, I just have to like order. I just have to start. And luckily on the app, it tells me like what I've previously purchased, and that's where I'll begin. But I think going to the store is gonna solve that problem. But first, again, we have to go on a walk, so let's go do that, and then we'll go to Target. Okay, update. P won't walk. I got his harness on and got him outside, and then he just was like, and I tried pulling him, and then he just went, pulled against me. So I guess we're not taking him on his walk right now. I'm going to get my bag ready, and I'm just gonna head over to Target now so that I can just get it out of the way. That worked out perfectly. I supposedly had a $25 credit for something, I don't know what. And then I used the merch card, which is the one that you can't use online, and that one had like 60 something dollars on it. And then I had a gift card, which this one I can now add to my like online account, so I don't have to like physically have the card anymore, but it had like just over $20 on it, so I have $1 left on the gift card, which is really nice. So I added that $1 to my wallet so I can use it in the future, and I basically got free groceries. So let's head home. We'll get everything in the refrigerator. Okay, I just got back home. Right as I was pulling up to the house, I actually was like leaving my car and like had all my groceries in my hand, and a Girl Scout ran up to me. I couldn't say no. I bought some tag-alongs, which are like my ultimate favorite. They're $6 a box now. I remember I was a Girl Scout. They were $3.50 when I sold them, and I'm sure they were much cheaper before that. I remember trying to sell them for $3.50 and people were up in arms. But what I will say is I don't like when the parent comes around. Like obviously the parent is with the child, right? Like that makes sense. I don't like when the parent is the only person around, or when people try to sell on social media. Like to me, that I don't like. But she was coming door to door and she ran up to me. She's like, do you want to buy them? And it was just so cute, and it reminded me of when I used to sell them, so I couldn't say no. So I got that. I got a bunch of really good stuff. I think you guys saw actually most of it, but I got some milk. I got these like non-dippers. They're so good. So I got 2 of them, and usually what I do is I put a few in like a paper towel and I'll warm them up in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and they're perfect. To go with those, I got garlic dip, my favorite. And then I got some strawberries, granola, and somewhere in here there is some Greek yogurt, whipped cream cheese. I always want to say sour cream. Obviously with that I got some bagels. Second thing of bagels. I think I did that backward. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I also got some chocolate chip cookies because I wanted a sweet treat, but I didn't know that I was gonna see a Girl Scout, so now we have 2 sets of cookies. Not groceries, but the soap that I needed. Bananas and some roasted garlic pasta sauce. I've been really into bananas lately. I've also really been into fish sticks, so I got fish sticks. And I got some spinach and ricotta ravioli. These are some of my favorites. This is also one of my favorites. I don't like trail mix that has raisins in it. I don't like raisins. So this is one of the only ones that doesn't have it. But yeah, caramel cashew from Target is my favorite. And then I also got these hash browns like you can get from Trader Joe's, but they're perfect for the air fryer. And the yogurt that I mentioned. So those are all the groceries. This ended up being roughly $100. I almost got eggs, but I was gonna spend a little bit of extra money because I really do like having eggs in the morning, but $14 for, I think it was 18 eggs, felt excessive, so I did not end up getting them. I would have probably paid like $8. I think that's probably my max. I know I used to eat them as like my struggle meal because they were literally $1.50 for 18 of them at Target. But so anyway, P's drinking water, so you can probably hear that, but I'm gonna go put all this stuff away, and then I have to go check in with Brian because he was trying to tell me something. I just took P on a walk, and I think what I'm gonna do now, it's about 6:50. I'm gonna go on a little like walk myself. So I have been doing these like nightly walks or walk runs or something along those lines. And basically I have a treadmill that I just store underneath my bed on like this area, this side. And I'm just gonna pull it out, and I can pull it to right here. And then either I will watch TV in here because we have another TV here. This is the TV that used to be in my place when I lived solo. So yeah, either I'll do that or I will read my book, and I'm trying to debate. And every night I have been telling myself that I'm gonna read my book when I do this, and then I end up watching TV. I am watching the Gabby Petito Netflix documentary. It's only like 3 episodes. It's been very interesting. So I do like to have a little bit of TV time when I can, because especially with the way that things have been going at work lately, I feel like we've been having less TV time, or I've not been able to have as much TV time because we've been more call centered instead of email centered. So sometimes it's nice to just like do something a little different. I'm gonna, oh, he just like launched himself. Anyway, I'm gonna go get changed, get my treadmill out, and then we're gonna do our walk, run, shower, and then we'll enjoy the rest of the night just by like reading and that kind of thing. So I was doing some editing while I was finishing up the Gabby Petito Netflix series, but I got too invested in the series and I just finished the rest of the episode. I think it was like a 45-minute episode and I had like 30 minutes left of it, and I was trying to pay attention to the editing while also watching the show. Normally I can do something like that, but I actually wanted to pay attention, and so I decided to just watch the show. And now suddenly it is 10:15. As usual, P is here with me, but he has just passed out on the floor. I am about to take him off to go to the bedroom, so I think I am just going to do my reading and also my editing in the morning, because I wanted to do more reading tonight, but I'm just probably not going to get to it. And my editing I can do in the morning, so not a big deal. I just wanted to formally end the vlog, so thank you guys for watching and being here with me. It was so good to spend a day together, and I'm excited for this weekend. We have some fun plans, so I think I'm going to be vlogging this weekend too, so you guys will see that in an upcoming vlog. But with all that being said, thank you guys again so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.